Okay.
Take two.
Oh my goodness.
Yikes, it's a crazy morning.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel now we've had a few hours to be here. We're re-recording, folks, because we forgot to hit record.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Peggy.
And you're watching
The Junction Fiber Mill.
Millcast. That was peppy.
Yeah.
So
sunny but cold.
Yeah, we started off by talking about the cold weather. It is bitingly cold.
-8 when I was driving in.
Yeah, and that's not just like on the apps. That's like you look at the thermometer and it is below 0.
I have to say though, especially where I live, it's cold and I could complain about it ad nauseum, but at least it's not windy. Windy.
Right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
To be clear, where they live might as well be called Windy Hill. If the wind is blowing,
but we had several days in a row of bitter cold, but we've had really very little wind. So not serious drifting in the driveway and not, eating through your clothes.
And it's sunny. So like
I was about to say,
even if it's like it was, I think, 18 degrees here at the mill in the afternoon when I left, and like the snow was melting on the road, so it wasn't like horrible. But it was sunny. It was warm in the car.
Yeah, but as the whole world knew, we had a huge storm. It all went through, it was all over the newspaper.
Yeah, we record this, just to remind folks, we do record on Thursday prior to launching Tuesday, so now this is very old news. Yeah. There was snowpocalypse, right?
Yeah, we had, and it was so cold, the snow was as fine as could be, and it was glittering, and I thought, I got to go up to the barn, and I tried to record this feeling of being in a snow globe. So here, take a look. Feel like I live in a snow globe right now, along with the sheep. It's still snowing. 24 hours later, it's still snowing. These guys could be in a barn, but they don't seem to care one iota about the snow falling on their backs. Oh, someone wants to come over and say hello? I know, it's very deep snow. You probably don't want to step in it. I'll come to you. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, babe. Hi. Oh, look at you. All right, guys. What can I say? It's still snowing.
Yeah.
The sheep don't mind. They do not care. And I got to show you one of the videos. Todd's walking down the driveway in this oh-so-fluffy snow. You take a look at how far the snow's up on his boot. And Kiki, she's cray-cray, Todd's launching the snow, and she's thinking it's a ball and trying to catch the snow in her mouth. It's very funny.
Yeah, I know. But anyway. I saw the snow coming down. I did not, because it was so cold, there were a couple of days that I did not leave the house over the long weekend because, of course, we had a snow day on Monday, and then Tuesday there was a delay. I should have got out, though. Every day I don't physically get out of the house. You're just like, oof, that's tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
But it's so freezing cold, and I'm off the team for shoveling this year, so that's not my problem. But I will show you a picture of Maeve and Lewis. This is when it was probably only like -2 or whatever. They're bundled up, playing with snow. They had a fabulous time in all the snow. They didn't stay out there very long, of course. But
yeah, and it's not the kind of snow you can pack into snowballs because it's so fine. It just all falls apart.
Yeah, exactly. But then aside from the snow, I took Maeve to her rock climbing lessons at the new climbing gym that opened up in the next town over. And they do this thing called Little Rockers, which is for like young kids to learn how to boulder, how to climb.
That is so cool.
It is cool, and it's something that I can do with her because there's instructors there and stuff. I don't need to like be physically on for it.
What's the youngest you can be to do that?
3. Yeah, so she's 3, so I think it's like 3 to 5, but she's almost 4.
You know what? When the grandkids come to visit.
Yeah, and they have shoes they can rent there and everything. And kids just like take to these boulders and stuff like so easily. So anyways, I have a video, Maeve in her little harness doing it's called the auto belay, so you don't have to be harnessed up belaying them. There's just, apparently the minimum weight is 20 pounds. So all the parents were looking at these little shrimp of their children in these little harnesses, and we're just thinking they're gonna
keep her coat on. Add that half pound.
They're gonna like put him in the thing and they're gonna get sent way up. No, but so she was starting to climb and like just her feet are almost in a sideways splits. It's incredible.
I love it.
Yeah. So anyways, it was fun and just
very good.
What's going on?
Hey, so what are you wearing?
I am wearing the Lindell sweater from Ona Walden that I knit as part of our first sweater knit along we did for Rhinebeck out of some Farm Fresh in this orange. And then this is the tangerine twist, and I will show you the back because you can kind of see this is where the seam is, so to speak. And it's knit sideways.
Yeah, it's knit sideways, and the color changes as you go. Very, very cool.
Yeah, I thought this was good for a nice cold day, and like to give some sunshine to the wardrobe. But I don't know. I think this pattern.
Want an adventure.
It is an adventure.
This is the sweater to take on. And it looks complicated, and we've agreed it is. But Ona does such a phenomenal job with her instructions. You just jump off the cliff and trust the directions, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and it's just like totally changes the way you think about sweaters, because you're constructing it literally like going up and then you're doing the short rows here, and then you're keeping going. And you put stitches on hold for the whole side so that you can add stitches. Yeah. And then you continue with the sleeve. Yeah. It's just wild. And you're using Kitchener or whatever to stitch them back together. It is so cool, so like well thought out. It just blew my mind. So it's fun to be reminded of that wearing it.
So Ona's brilliant. I want to acknowledge the passing of another brilliant and truly an iconic figure in the knitting world. Barbara Walker passed away in December, and I don't know why it took them so long, but the New York Times finally had an obit on her. She was a legend. She was writing in the 1970s, and she had tried to learn to knit, didn't think much of it, and then later in life, in her 30s, I think it was then, she took it up again and thought it was boring, and so started coming up with these different stitch patterns.
Yeah.
And then realized you could write it out. Some people like that, but you could also create charts, and she just revolutionized in a lot of ways how people think about knitting.
Yeah.
And Meg Swanson, who is the daughter of another icon, Elizabeth Zimmerman, bought the rights to all of Barbara's books and reissued them through Schoolhouse Press, so you can still get all of these incredible books with all these different patterns. So just acknowledging the passing of a legend.
Yeah. What are you wearing?
Oh, I am wearing what do we call it, a shrug? It's not really a shrug, a poncho, a pullover.
It's a bit of a poncho.
Yeah, we'll go with poncho. I don't have the pattern for it because I kind of made it up I had a picture of something similar and just sort of figured it out. But what's really cool is I spun the yarn, and it's Teeswater. And Teeswater has no crimp, really. It's very silky. And if you look closely, the spin job is pretty uneven. But the Teeswater is super warm.
So it's your hand spun?
It's his hand spun, and it's a heavy poncho if you want. Yeah. But man, is it toasty warm.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I love it. Thanks.
It's cozy. Like a blanket you don't have to keep held around you.
Yeah, it's good. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today.
So much, but first of all, I do want to thank the people who tuned in to the, what's it called? Sweater Camp. Gosh.
Oh!
Sweater Camp last weekend. Yes, that was very fun and cool to see what that's all about. I say on the, it hasn't happened
yet, but we're acknowledging that it was fabulous.
It was fabulous. But yes, without further ado, our first exciting news is that even though we are sitting here in February.
In bitter cold weather, we're announcing the launch of our tickets on sale for
Millapalooza number 3.
Number 3, our 3rd annual Millapalooza.
We've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks, and today the tickets are finally on sale. The tickets
go on sale. And the Millapalooza is adjacent to the Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival, first weekend in October. So our Millapalooza event at Gathering at the Farm will be on that Friday before.
October 2nd.
October 2nd. And it culminates in having a lunch and activities at the farm, killer views. The leaves will be stunning, but the ticket will also include a mill tour and a little shopping if you care to. And in the past, we've done that on Friday morning, but we're going to have it on Friday morning. But we're adding, just to create a little more capacity, some slots also on Thursday afternoon. And that'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a little different. We'll do a little wine and cheese on Thursday.
Yeah, we're calling it our like pre-party or something on Thursday. No, it's an early bird. Early bird shop and tour.
Early afternoon bird. Yeah. Okay.
So if you can make a whole weekend out of it, come on Thursday. Come to the mill Thursday evening. Come to the farm Friday.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we've got Friday morning as well. But do know that our tickets sold out pretty quickly last year. We're growing the event a little bit. I should say, for those that came last year, we are shrinking the tour group sizes significantly just because we got
that feedback.
So it should be better than ever, and we're going to have a lovely time at the farm.
Yeah.
If you register, we will get in touch with you when the date arrives about lunch options.
Right. And the reason we're making these tickets available in February is we know a lot of people are trying to decide, do I want to go or not? And now's the time to start planning about accommodations in the area, because It is leaf peeping season. For those who don't know, that's when all the colors are in bloom in Vermont, and so it's leaf peeping. So if you're thinking about it, get a hold of your friend, buy a couple of tickets, and come on up to Vermont, and we'd love to see you.
Sounds great.
It's fun.
We've got another very exciting thing that isn't yarn to talk about today.
Yeah, I know. I have to say, this one has me nervous.
Okay.
But I'm sure it'll be fine. For several years now, we have shown in our Instagrams and social media elsewhere something that we call the hanker, which allows us to take a skein of yarn and twist it to be a perfect cruller like that. Mm-hmm. And we can do 6 at a time.
Loop, skein.
Loop of skein, twisted, 6 at a time. And we've gotten a lot of response of like, how did you make it? So I have been quietly trying to figure out, along with the gentleman that helped make the different prototype versions we've done, how we could do it, not quite mass production, but how we could make it so that it could be available to other people. And we've lined up just a terrific furniture maker and a metalsmith. And so take a look.
Here in Vermont.
Oh, yes, yes, very much. All made here in Vermont. Here, take a look. Hey, I'm Peggy Allen with Junction Fiber Mill, and I'm here at the Mill, and I want to show you a brand new piece of equipment we think you would love to have in your own shop. It's a hanker. And what the hanker does is it takes a skein like this and twists it. This is what Amanda and I used to do way in the beginning. But for the last 4.5, almost 5 years, we've been working with this hanker, and it's just made all the difference. It saves so much time. Let me show you how it works. Listen for the click. So 7 uniform twists across all 6, and then all we got to do is come across, slide it off, and watch this. Perfect, absolutely uniform hank, and ready to go, ready to get its label put on. What Amanda and I decided to do is we had our prototypes, we figured it all out, exactly what we wanted, and then we sought out a woodworking shop that could actually make the box that you're seeing in the base, and they've done a fantastic job. It's made out of cherry. And then we found a metalsmith here in White River Junction to make the custom hooks, which we had to have. It's not fancy, but it's extremely well made. The intent is that it should last forever. If you're at all interested, you're going to find the details on our website. But one thing I want to point out is the sawhorse that you see way down at the bottom. It won't include the sawhorse. We'll give you the link to how you can buy it, because you may want to mount it on a table or put it in a different way. We've liked this sawhorse. The other is it's going to take some assembly. So we'll be taking this piece and this piece off and packaging it this way. And then you'll just have to screw that back on, and we'll give you the instructions to do it. So if you want to save a lot of time in your production, consider getting this hanker. Again, the details are on our website. So that's my pitchmeister way.
It was fun. It was a little something different for us to make around here, both in terms of product and the video promoting it.
Yeah, so we're going to be taking pre-orders starting today at 10 o'clock. And once we've hit 25, then we will go into production. And it's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited to have our first. Well, it's not yarn. It's not an event. It's this totally different physical product.
Yeah, piece of equipment.
Just a whole different beast.
And the furniture maker Ruben just does such an exquisite job. This is made out of cherry, as I mentioned in the video, and he just does
gorgeous.
He just does a lovely job. And those hooks, you think, oh, they're just hooks. Well, no, they had to be burnished and bent in a very specific way and notched, yada yada yada. So
we know
Mitch is our metalsmith guy.
Most of you watching this probably don't need the hanker in your life, but if you have someone who does, please feel free to pass along the information.
Yeah.
And hopefully some other mills and yarn dyers out there will.
You can learn more in the notes below and on our website.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all very exciting.
Well, I will take you in to take a look at our hanker.
There you go.
Okay, so here we are in the mill on this bright sunny day. It's amazing, the world of difference when we walk in through our big overhead door. It's humid because we've scoured some stuff in here today, and it just feels so bright and cozy on this cold winter day. I'll flip you around and show you what we've got going. So here is, like I said, some stuff scouring in the sinks. Nice steam coming off of that, and you can smell all the woolly smells. And then on the spinner, we've got some Daybreak. So you can see the 2 different colors that go into that. I mean, obviously many more than 2 here, but the 2 different plies. One has that yellow in and more of that gray, and we've got sort of blues and oranges there. Per the recipe. Coming around the other side. Looks like all is going well, even though I guess we're only at 38% humidity. That's actually relatively low for the mill. But thankfully, the wool that we use to spin this yarn tends to cooperate. In general, the higher the humidity in here, the easier it is to spin because that humidity really helps take care of some static electricity problems. When you have static, the wool does not want to stick to its neighbors so nicely. It's really fun to see all the different colors getting spun onto these bobbins. And we've got a long way to go on this one, but I can tell it's a DK weight, not our sport weight, so it will spin up relatively quickly. Here's some finished bobbins. Don't they just look like something you want to juggle? All right, then on the ply, what is this, Roots charcoal? Got Leah setting up for applying some Roots charcoal. And here we've got our next round of mill blend yarn. This is just like a subtle, you've kind of seen it over the weeks here, folks, but it's got those blues blended with that natural color. So this will be launched, I think, next week, but stay tuned for more info on that. And Todd's over here hanking up a storm. There's that hanker.
The red.
And let's head up front and see what we've got going on. It's like, oh, again, some beautiful yarn in the beautiful sun. We've got hydrangea, and oh, this one is like a custom colorway. Hi, Logan. Yeah, so this is a special collaboration yarn that we do with Miss Babs getting spun. And then we've got some more mill blend. This one is in sport weight, and wow, it just shines in the sun. Isn't that beautiful? That's gonna knit up just fabulous. And let's see, in these bags, we've got some of our Corriedale mixed with silk, which is going to be our Corriedale confetti that we do from time to time. All been carded and just sort of in holding over here, staying out of the way. And then Logan just reminded me, take a look at the carder for how clean it is, because after all that silk goes through, we need to do a thorough clean of all the rollers to make sure we don't have little silk nubbins getting into the next round. And that takes a lot of work, so let's show it off while we can. Check that out, folks. I don't know if you can really see, but that is, you can see the fuzz on there. That is relatively spotless. All right, heading over here, I can see we've been pin drafting some blueberry roots. Got some roving bags here heading into the pin drafter. It's just at a bit of a pause because the bin is full, or the can. And then over here, we were at a pause on pin drafting. Some more of that Corrie confetti. So you can just see all the little flecks of silk in there. These piles are all different colors because they've only been pin drafted. Actually, this looks like it's just been carded. So it makes a world of difference when you pin draft it. It's all going to get blended a lot more. And the fibers will get more aligned. Okay. All right, I'm going to take you into the back end of the mill because there is another new color I wanted to show you. Drying now. It's going to be part of our Roots line. But check out this lovely new red we're working on. So we've been we had a hole in our Roots lineup that has been between the paprika and the raspberry. We wanted sort of like more of a true red, and this is what we're working on now. So we'll follow along and see how this one turns out. But that should be coming at you pretty soon too in our Roots line. This lovely work in progress red. And we'll get back to the Millcast.
All right. pretty good.
Yeah, sunny day in the mill.
Sunny day in the mill is right. You want to talk about what you're knitting?
Sure, I did forget to bring it with me today, but as a consolation, I do have a photo of me trying on my Frankie sweater from Petite Knit. I did what we discussed last time. I put the body on the holder cable thing. Yep. And started on a sleeve so that I buy myself some time, because likely it won't be done before the baby comes, and then I can get like a more accurate try on without this giant baby bump in the way.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
But
you liking it?
I like it, and when I put it on, I was like, yeah, I'll wear this sweater a bunch. This is going to be lovely.
It's going to be a classic.
And it's nice to move on to sleeves because it just takes so much less time to go round and round and round.
Well, I've made some progress on my, by Rebecca Priya, but she goes, if you go to Ravelry, it's Rebecca Claw, I think it is. But in any case, it's called the Rue Sweater, and I've made some good progress here.
Ooh, look at you. So now the whole rest of it is red?
Yeah. Then it,
I call red?
Yes, red. I call it orange paprika. But that's where I go. So now it will go like this until I get down. Oh, gosh, don't want to lose those. I'm a little nervous about how narrow it is. When I did the gauge, and I did do the gauge, it was correct. And I'm hoping when I block it, because this is made out of, mostly the dark is from my sheep. Mm-hmm. It's got so much crimp in it. I'm just hoping that when I block it, it loosens and will fit. So I am going to go finish the bottom, and then I will go to the sleeves. And the sleeves will be the same. It'll be this pattern.
Work. Yep, okay.
Yep, and then it'll be solid paprika thinner.
That is a warm
sweater. Yeah, it's going to be a warm sweater.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so
beautiful.
I'm excited. I've got a little driving this weekend. We're heading over to Portland to help out with the, as you like to call them, kiddos, our 3 grandsons. And so the drive over and back, we'll get some knitting done.
Have any time while you're there.
We will not be knitting. In fact, I texted my daughter and said, because work is hard and life is hard, and I said, look, not only will we come over and help, you and Jason go out Saturday night. Todd and I will do the whole bedtime scene. And she couldn't have texted back faster.
Thank you very much. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, we have a special interview to show you that we recorded this morning with one of our mill staff and a project that they have finished up recently. I will say no more.
This is my sister, Eileen. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. You've got something kind of cool to show us.
I do. So I have scraps of yarn like everybody else in the world, and what I've taken to doing is knitting them with several strands together to make mats for the floor.
Look at this.
This one has a consistent gray that you see sort of holds it together. I've got some January Nights in here. I've got some charcoal. I've got some Valley Fog. And this is a foot mat to go in front of my daughter's kitchen sink. And because I like to make these mats, and I have one next to my bathtub, etc., I want them to be really cushy.
Yeah, they're
so
thick.
it's a lot of strands. I'm holding 5 strands when I knit.
And what size needles?
11s. This one, I knit this to be 50 inches wide and 24 inches this way, because my finished product I wanted to be, at my daughter's request, 18 by 36. So I go 50 by 24.
50 by 24, okay.
Yeah, and so then I put it in the washing machine on hot with a little detergent twice.
Is that all it took, 2 times?
2 times.
Okay.
And when I ended up with
it
felts down very nicely. It was a little bit off. I'm 18, which is what I wanted, and I'm 39 wide. I meant to be 36, so I misjudged a little bit. If you try this project, and it's a great way to use up that yarn drawer you've all got going on.
Which has to be wool, by the way.
100% wool, or it won't do this.
Right.
It's really worth making a swatch and throwing it in the washing machine a couple of times so that you have a percentage and a ratio of how well it's going to shrink down to what you want. But I recommend making a nice thick mat for under your feet, and just carry a lot of those threads.
So you had 5 strands. That's wow.
Well, but the other thing is, because you're felting this so strongly, it can be kind of forgiving. So if your thread it changes width, like you're doing sport, and then your next thread is going to be more of a DK weight. You're adjusting the tension a little bit with your hands, but it is pretty forgiving because you're felting it so heavily.
It is spectacular. Is this your 3rd one you've done now?
Yeah. And this, when my daughter said, okay, "Will you make me one of these?" Her name's Isabel, by the way. She wanted the blues and the purple, so that's the color palette here. But I like to have the gray as a consistent color that kind of binds it all together.
Pulls it all together. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
My pleasure.
Yeah, you know, it was fun to talk to her about that. She loves doing this for her daughter. She did one for her other daughter, Phoebe. And when she brought it in, I think everybody was kind of like, wow.
Yeah, it's just, again, like, oh, you can do that with yarn? With our yarn, you can do that?
Yeah, and it felted up really well.
Yeah. What a great stash buster.
No question.
I can't imagine knitting with 5 strands on my needles, but...
Yeah, I would think that'd be a little exhausting. But I've got so many scraps that I'm tempted to give it a try.
Yeah.
Maybe what I'll do is when I'm at my daughter's house this weekend, I'll take a look at whether one of her bathrooms could benefit. Of course, I don't know if little boys want to, we'll see. Maybe it's just for me. Anyway, have we got anything else to say?
We've got some upcoming events to tell you about.
Yeah.
We have the New England Farm and
Fiber. New England Farm and Fiber.
So every time we trip up on it, because it's like the exact same letters as the Fiber Festival of New England,
which is a whole different thing in the fall. And this is NEFF. It's at the Cyclorama building in downtown Boston. I believe it's on Tremont Street. And Elise will be there along with Liz.
Yay,
Liz and Elise will be holding the fort down.
Come to our booth and check us out if you're in the Boston area.
Yeah,
should be fun.
Yeah.
And then couple weeks after that,
open house right here.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
What better way to celebrate?
Yeah, I will be here, and that'll be great. And then after that, click on the timing. Wayland back at the Russell Garden Center on the 8th of March.
And for those of you who are curious, as I'm sure you will, the baby is due on March 17th, so that pretty much takes us to that, which is wild.
Wow. It is wild.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm kind of hoping for a February baby, if I'm honest.
Really?
Oh, yeah. First of all, my family is, let's see, Lewis was March, Maeve is April, Cody is May, and I'm June.
Oh.
So if we don't want to have 2 in 1 calendar month, February is the choice.
Do you ever think about astrological signs or
sometimes,
don't care?
But I think we're in solid Pisces territory no matter what we do.
Regardless?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
But not so much, because the little I know about astrology, more and more these days, I guess, is that the sun sign, which would be the thing determined by the time of the year, right? That doesn't matter as much as some of the others,
as
right?
The moon sign
There's a
or
whole
whatever.
bunch of other stuff for you to learn about.
Yeah. I don't know. What sign are you?
My sun sign is a Gemini.
Okay, and what's your rising moon?
Pisces and Pisces.
Oh, okay.
The next 2 ones are Pisces, which is I think why Lewis and I get along so well, because he's like a Pisces. Anyways, I would be very curious to get like the relationship readings between the kids and I. It's cool. It's cool stuff. I don't know. I think it's fun to think about. But
I'm Aquarius.
Yeah.
Got a birthday coming up.
You sure do.
Yes, I do.
Actually, isn't it it'll be between this episode and the following one.
Correct.
So,
correct.
Everybody send Peggy happy birthday wishes.
No, but Todd's given me a great present.
What are you doing?
We're taking a class at King Arthur Flower.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, sticky
you love
buns.
that.
Sticky buns.
Ooh, sticky buns. Fabulous.
Alrighty.
All right, we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.